Hello folks, welcome back to the show here on FlickDirect, where I give you guys the latest that happened in movie news throughout the week, and then I give you all my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Putnam, and we have a lot to talk about this week, so let's jump right into it, starting with some comic book movie news. So as we all know, Joker comes out in the beginning of October, and that film is my most anticipated film for the rest of the year. I have been so hyped for this movie ever since it was announced. I mean, the Joker is my favorite villain of all time in any type of medium whatsoever. And ever since it was announced that Joaquin Phoenix be playing the role, I got even more excited. The trailer only hyped me up even more of that. But then I heard some news that got me even more hyped, and that's that apparently Joker could be a huge Oscar contender. Now, there's a couple of reasons why. One of them being is that the release date for Joker is right at the time when Oscar season starts, and that is the beginning of October. Oscar season usually begins at the beginning of October. It ends around mid-January, somewhere around there. Now, that doesn't surprise me too much, but one thing that really caught me off guard was that apparently, I think it was a curator for, TIFF, because as you all know, Joker, if you've been following the Toronto International Film Festival, Joker will be premiering there, to which I don't know if it's premiering there or Venice Film Festival. It's either one of those two, but still, it is playing at Toronto International Film Festival, to which everyone who is seeing it there, I hate you all. But it is playing there, and apparently, I think it was a curator or someone who runs one of the film festivals out there, saw the film, and he said that this film is going to be a huge Oscar contender, specifically for Joaquin Phoenix, which doesn't surprise me at all, because Joaquin Phoenix is one of the greatest actors out there today, and knowing that he is tackling on a role as iconic as the Joker, it makes me even more excited. And he also said it was a very dark film. It's actually a pretty disturbing film, and it's a very ambitious film in terms of scope, which makes me even more hyped for this movie. It would be so cool knowing that a film that's about the Joker is an Oscar contender. So other than that, I could not be more excited for this film, and knowing that it's going to be an Oscar contender most likely just gets me even more hyped for the film. Bring on this film already. On to our next bit of comic book movie news. Venom, if you guys remember, came out last year. Was not a fan of that film, even though it made bank at the box office. I mean, that film made bank. And of course, since it made boatloads of money, a sequel is being made. Unfortunately, hopefully they'll do better with this one, I'm praying. But a director shortlist has been revealed, and I can't remember all the names, but two of them did stick out from what I do remember. One of them being Rupert Wyatt, the director of Rise of the Planet of the Apes and also Captive State and the Gambler remake. Now, I loved Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That's a terrific film if you ask me, but I can't say anything about Captive State or the Gambler because I haven't seen them. But also, a very unexpected name came up for that shortlist, and that's Andy Serkis. But Andy Serkis has actually directed feature films. He directed his first film called Breathe, which came out, I believe, a year or two ago. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. But he also directed Mowgli, which was the more dark version of Jungle Book, which stuck closer to the source material, which I've heard some good things about. But I heard someone made a leak that Andy Serkis was confirmed to direct this thing. I can't say for certain, so take that with a huge grain of salt. But if Andy Serkis is directing, that'd be cool. I mean, hell, wouldn't that be awesome to see Caesar making a Venom movie? A good Venom movie for that matter? Nonetheless, whoever directs this thing, I hope he can make a great sequel. And moving on to our final bit of comic book movie news for the week, we have some details on what Ben Affleck's Batman movie was going to be. Now, as you all know, a couple of years ago, Ben Affleck had announced that not only he was going to star in a Batman movie, but he was also going to write and also direct a Batman movie, which is a lot to take on, I'm not gonna lie. Then he was going back and forth saying he wasn't gonna direct it, then he was going to direct it, and then he finally said, okay, I'm not directing this thing. So now a couple of years later, now knowing that Matt Reeves is making his Batman movie, and from what I've been hearing, they're close to start shooting it. I believe it starts shooting in a couple of months, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look up my research on that again. But now that the new Batman movie is getting closer and closer to production, we have some details on what Ben Affleck's Batman movie was going to be like, or was supposedly gonna be like. I'm not gonna lie, this bums me out because this sounds awesome. So according to details that have been revealed, Ben Affleck's Batman movie was going to be a really dark movie that explored Arkham Asylum, and that just screams to me Batman Arkham Asylum, which is an incredible Batman game. If you guys haven't played it, check it out. I mean, it's one of the best Batman games ever made, if not probably the best, along with Arkham City. Now, from what I've been hearing, this is all that we've gotten in terms of what it was supposedly going to be, but everything that I heard about this movie, it kind of bums me out because I would have loved to have seen the movie that was going to be, especially knowing how good of a director that Ben Affleck is. Minus Live by Night. I don't know if the movie was supposed to take place fully in Arkham Asylum, but knowing that the setting was supposed to be in Arkham Asylum, it sounded badass to me. But knowing what Matt Reeves is doing with his Batman movie, it does get me very curious, but I cannot be bummed knowing that we're not gonna get what sounds like a really cool Batman movie. Alright, now stepping away from comic book movie news, let's now talk about some news surrounding movie release dates, starting with Dune. Now, Dune for me, honestly, the more I think about this movie, I cannot wait. It is honestly, this and Tenet are my most anticipated movies of 2020, and Tenet I will talk about a little bit, don't worry. But it was recently announced that Dune will be pushed back 1 month from November 1st, I believe it was, beginning mid-November, to December 18th of 2020, which is my dad's birthday, to which, Dad, why do you always get the good movies? But no, I could not be more hyped for this movie. I know a lot of people are freaking out, but guys, it's 1 month. It's 1 month, seriously. I think that a December release date is going to be great, but my only concern with this movie is that it is opening against Sony's Uncharted film starring Tom Holland as young Nathan Drake, but also Steven Spielberg's West Side Story remake, which does concern me because knowing the power that Steven Spielberg has and the cast that he has going against Dune. Now, don't get me wrong, the cast for Dune is incredible. I mean, Timothée Chalamet, you also have Oscar Isaac, Dave Bautista from what I've heard, Jason Momoa is going to be in as well. I forgot who else is in it, but God, the cast for this new Dune film is insane. Now, Dune has officially completed filming and it's moving into the post-production stages, but I know a lot of people are freaking out that it's been delayed, but guys, it's 1 month. We can wait 1 more month for this thing, and knowing how great of a filmmaker that Denis Villeneuve is, I'm willing to wait a month. Come on, it's a month. Alright, so on to our last bit of movie release date news. I don't know what to say anymore, because I really want to have hope for this one, but guess what, guys? New Mutants has been delayed. Again! Again! Why? I don't know what to say anymore. This movie was supposed to come out, like, what, 2 years ago? Come on! Now, how many times has New Mutants been delayed? Like, what, 4 times? 4 f***ing times? What are they doing with this movie? Like, are they reshooting it? Are they editing it? What in the hell is going on behind the scenes? This movie has been delayed so many times that I am really starting to lose my hope for it, because I really was looking forward to seeing that, but knowing it's been delayed so many times, from what I saw, it's coming out, I think, mid-2020. I'll put the actual release date right here. But come on! Yeah, as you guys can tell, I'm a little upset because I really want to see this damn thing, but knowing it's been delayed like, what, 4 or 5 times now, what are you doing? What are you doing? And on to our final bit of movie news this week. We had a lot of trailers drop this week. I'm going to be talking about 4 of them right now, starting off with the first teaser for Jojo Rabbit, one of my most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. It's actually my top 5 most anticipated movies of the rest of the year. I cannot wait to see this movie. Now, if you guys don't know the premise surrounding Jojo Rabbit, it's basically, I love how they're advertised this, but they're saying it's basically a satire that goes to war on hate, and I love this. And what I love about this one particular shot is that when it shows that goes to war on hate, it shows the main character running with Taika Waititi who's playing as an imaginary version of Adolf Hitler, which is hysterical. I'm just so hyped to see what Taika Waititi does when playing Hitler. He's the main reason why I want to see this movie, because everything I've heard in terms of his research, he sounds like he's having a blast playing this role, especially just making fun of one of the biggest disgraces known to humanity. The next trailer that dropped this week was the first trailer for Sam Mendes' new film 1917, which is the latest war film that comes out this Christmas, and everything that I've been hearing about this film makes me very excited. Roger Deakins, a legendary DP who finally won his first Oscar, rightfully deserving for Blade Runner 2049, one of the best looking movies I've ever seen. Now, from what I've been hearing, this film is supposedly supposed to take place all in one shot, to which that makes me so excited it's insane, because I absolutely love long shot takes. I love continuous takes. For me, it just puts so much immersion into a film, and knowing that they're making a war film like this, it sounds impossible, but seeing this trailer, I'm really excited. Just seeing how many sequences they did using a continuous take, especially in that final shot where we see the main character running against bombs. This movie looks absolutely insane to say the least. And I'm really excited, especially knowing that Sam Mendes is behind it, also Roger Deakins, and hearing that there's supposed to be a film that's supposed to take place on one shot. That I cannot believe, seeing how insane this movie looks. I mean, it looks like it could be a new Children of Men. I'm praying it's that good. The third trailer to come out this week is the first trailer for Martin Scorsese's new film that's debuting on Netflix later this year, and that is The Irishman. I cannot wait for this movie. It sounds so cool. Knowing that apparently that they're de-aging Joe Pesci, they're de-aging Robert De Niro. I think they're going to be de-aging Al Pacino, if I remember correctly. But hearing that they're going to de-age them by 30 years, that sounds nuts. Anytime that a new Martin Scorsese film comes out, I mean, who doesn't get excited for a Scorsese film? I mean, every one of his films that I've seen recently, I absolutely love. Wolf of Wall Street, I absolutely love Silence. And this film looks like it's gonna be like hopefully a new Departed or a new Goodfellas, I'm praying. I will say this, it kind of bums me out that it's not getting a theatrical release, but it does give me some hope knowing that Netflix is open to a worldwide theatrical release. Apparently my local AMC is thinking about opening it, which I'm praying because I really want to see a Martin Scorsese film in theaters, not on my TV, even though I love my TV to death. And the fourth trailer that dropped this week is a trailer that everyone is losing their minds on, including myself, but apparently, if you're lucky enough to see a specific showing for Hobbs and Shaw, I guarantee it was an IMAX, you're lucky enough to see the latest teaser, or the first teaser for Christopher Nolan's new film, Tenet. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to see this teaser because my local IMAX theater is currently being renovated right now, so god dang it. But there are leaks online. I did manage to catch leak before it went down. Now, the teaser doesn't show too much, but we mainly see John David Washington. As we all know, he is the main star of Tenet. But basically, we see a bullet shot in this glass, and then the camera dollies through it. Then we see all these insane images. Now, due to the leak I saw, I didn't really get to see a clear image, obviously. But it's a Christopher Nolan film, and the teaser apparently was we're ready for the next mission. So clearly, there is going to be a huge James Bond vibe. And now, as you all know, everyone wanted Christopher Nolan to direct the next Bond film, as do I, because who wouldn't love to see Christopher Nolan making a James Bond movie? Seriously. I am really hyped. I want to see this damn teaser in theaters. If I have to go to an IMAX here just to see this thing, I will, because who doesn't want to see the new Christopher Nolan movie, especially knowing and that's a spy espionage film? Yeah, I'm hyped for this one. But yeah, not much I can say about this teaser because the leak I did see didn't really show too much, wasn't really the greatest quality. But nonetheless, I'm excited for a new Christopher Nolan movie. Alright guys, and that is going to do it for this week's show. We had a lot to talk about, guys, so comment down, let me know below. How do you all feel about Joker being a big Oscar contender? Also, how do you all feel about Andy Serkis possibly making or directing the second Venom movie? Also, when it comes to Ben Affleck's supposed Batman movie, are you bummed that it wasn't made? Also, moving to movie release dates, are you guys sad that Dune is being moved 1 month forward into December, or 1 month back, excuse me, to December? And how do y'all feel about New Mutants being delayed once again? Does this make you even more mad, or just are you losing even more hope? And finally, when it comes to the trailers this week, what did you guys think of the trailers for Jojo Rabbit, 1917, The Irishman, and finally for Christopher Nolan film Tenet? Are you guys looking forward to any of these films? Let me know below. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, channel subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video from us goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 videos, please click either right there or there. And of course, until next week's show, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys.